The contest to bring a LEGO Yu-Gi-Oh set to reality is reaching its final phase. They've opened up voting for 5 projects. Yes, you can vote on one of these, and the one that gets the most votes will be turned into a LEGO set. Well, they say most likely. It would be kind of scary if one of these wins and it's not turned into a LEGO set. Hopefully that will still mean that we get LEGO Yu-Gi-Oh after all. While I already made a video going over the nearly 300 products that were submitted on LEGO Ideas for this contest, let's take a look at these 5 finalists and which one I think is my favorite. All 5 of these are amazing, and the first one is summoning Slifer the Sky Dragon at Battle City. The design here has an excellent mid-size Slifer the Sky Dragon. Like, this is something that could probably be $100 at most. Okay, modern LEGO price is $120. This creator nailed the dual mouths perfectly on Slifer, and I love how they have the body with that almost snake-like design just curling all around the build here. That looks excellent all the way to the front of the dual disc. And yeah, you get a buildable dual disc in here, which is such a great icon from the series. To plop that right in the middle, that is integrated flawlessly in my opinion, and I love the build there. And you get a really nice Yugi minifigure. It's so creative how they use an existing piece for the dual disc. That works so well, aside from the fact that it's missing a spot for a card, but you know, they had to work with what they had for the spacing there. There's also a 1x2 print of a Slifer the Sky Dragon card. This one's awesome, and it's actually the only one with Slifer the Sky Dragon. And there's a duel across the Millennia, the design of which has an ancient tomb going on, which has this scene way back in time of Atom versus Priest Seto. And then you have the modern timeline of Yugimoto versus Seto Kaiba. We have this large Dark Magician build, which I think the lack of the face there actually works better than if you were to force a face on that existing piece. Love the shaping and sculpt of the outfit there, all the way up to the hat at the top. That piece is actually perfect for that. And then the design of Blue Eyes looks pretty cool. I like the chunkiness of the body there. This is the largest Blue Eyes in the submission, and I think they did a good job with the head especially, though I do kind of wish that the wings had some type of fabric or something so that we could connect the missing parts there, because you just kind of have these spikes right here. I'm sure that's something that would be finalized in the actual set. Even at the front, there's like a little Karibo right there, and I love how they have like the spellcaster circle for Dark Magician, and then they have like this grotto-esque design for Blue Eyes to be standing on. Really awesome build. I will say this one might be the one I vote for. It's not my favorite, but I want as much minifigures as possible, and this is my favorite of the 2 that has Yugi and Kaiba minifigures in it. Plus, you get Priest, Seto, and Atom. Another little feature I like is the printed 2x3 tiles for the dual field here. That's a great replication. If we were just talking about Blue Eyes builds, I actually like this Blue Eyes build more than the last one, which this would be what, like a set that's under $100? The design here is so compact, but features all of what I wanted from a Blue Eyes build. I think this is excellently done. The wings are complete this time. I love the shaping of the neck, and the roundness is captured excellently using this piece that I think is used shoulder pads for some buildable figures, if I'm not wrong. Other great pieces like this 1x1 modified leaf piece, which works great. Seems to be some posability with the ball joint attachments at the shoulders right there. Seems like it could move the legs as well, which have some larger ball joint attachments, the tail, lots of nice posability there. I also like the ancient Blue Eyes design printed on this part right here. That looks awesome. The Kaiba minifigure looks fantastic with a 1x1 print of the back of a Yu-Gi-Oh card, or I guess a Duel Monster card in that universe. Inside this floorboard right here, they actually have like a Blue Eyes White Dragon tag, but you could also put the Japanese name, and you could put the attack being 300. So I like the display options there. Yeah, this is a phenomenal build of Blue Eyes, and I would vote for it if it had Yugi or some more characters in it. Maybe they could have put like a minifigure Dark Magician or something here, and it would have been kind of to size. But dang, great build. Just too limited of what's going on here if this is going to be the one Yu-Gi-Oh set we ever get. And that's my fear, is that this LEGO Ideas pitch will be the only one we get. I mean, it would be my dream to get a full line of Yu-Gi-Oh, but there's no way we'd get that. If anything, maybe we'd get an icon set separate from ideas that LEGO made themselves. Please, because I really want Dark Magician Girl, and none of these submissions have Dark Magician Girl. That stinks. Then there's the Millennium Puzzle Duel of Eternal Rivals. This is a great build of the Millennium Puzzle, and I really like the build of Dark Magician. And while I appreciate the effort for Blue Eyes, I don't know. The face here, I feel, is missing a lot of the roundness I expected and is a little bit undetailed for some more of the facial features, like the eyes and everything there. I think the other Blue Eyes builds did it better, but yeah, I wouldn't mind if this was made. It's still a fantastic build. I love the Duel puzzle, or sorry, the Millennium puzzle in the middle, just kind of like cracking into like the bottom there, and how they have like this, I guess, splash of whatever's going on there. That's really beautiful and artistic. I also love how they have these brick-built recreations of the cards. That is so cool, as almost like a hieroglyphic or something going on there. And then finally, we have our only Exodia submission. This is a lovely choice for Exodia. I mean, there were so many great Exodias. I love this submission as well, but I don't mind this one being chosen. This looks fantastic. They got a very complex looking build down to a T with this face right here. Like, that's where I'm most impressed by. Using all those mixes of pieces to get the colors and shaping right, that looks beautiful in my opinion. But I also love the bulk and shaping with those arms there. They got the helmet part at the very top down very well. All the markings at like the torso. And I absolutely love the artistic choice of this popping out of the cards. I love how they recreated the left leg of the Forbidden One and the right leg of the Forbidden One, and I'm guessing that's the head right there, even down to having the level on there, you know, the stars. That is so cool. Using like a 1x1 print for like the dark monster symbol. Oh my gosh. My only conflict of interest here is the build for Yugi. That looks amazing. But I'm a minifigure person. So if this particular one got chosen, there's a chance we never get any Yu-Gi-Oh minifigures for any characters. The Yugi build, or Yami Yugi build specifically, looks fantastic. Love how they have the hair going on there with like a little spike and that attachment. Somehow they nailed that. Like, that is such a clever part usage to capture the crazy hair of that character. The shaping and everything looks fantastic. Even the printed face doesn't look off or anything, which a lot of the other submissions that had a printed face for characters like Dark Magician looked off. Love the dual disc build. The fan piece being used for a hand of cards in Yugi's hand is perfect. I like that this one celebrates the card game so much with those excellent builds of the 3 cards, because look, the Yu-Gi-Oh anime is so nostalgic to me, but my love for Yu-Gi-Oh is mostly the card game. That's something that I still play to this day. I still load up 2006 when I'm running on the treadmill. I always revisit those games from the World Championship series. I constantly rotate through them on emulators nowadays, and this has a great recreation of those cards as well as paying tribute to the anime. There's just that fact that it doesn't have minifigures. I will probably be voting for this one, even though it's not one of my favorite. That's probably my 4th favorite. My 3rd favorite would be the Blue Eyes one, which has an excellent sized build for Blue Eyes. 2nd favorite, Slifer. I am very partial to Slifer because that was the god card I had as a kid. Like, it was no fair. My brother got Raw and Obelisk, and I only got Slifer. And then finally, this one's my favorite. I love the Exodia build. So let me know in the comments which ones are your favorites and which one you're going to vote for, because again, that's different for me. And if you don't even care about Yu-Gi-Oh, please vote for one that you think is the best build. Subscribe here for any LEGO Yu-Gi-Oh news that comes out. I mean, that's like 2 of my loves in life combined. Seriously, you clicking that like button, clicking that subscribe button, and leaving a comment helps so much when the algorithm for YouTube stinks. Peace out. Bye.